Hey guys, welcome to another video, and this is my full review of the LG G2 running on T-Mobile. So, like all reviews, there's tons of things about a device that you want to go over, but in such a short period of time, you want to keep it at a low time so people can move on to the next video. But some devices require a lot more. This won't be a long video, but this device has so much to offer. I'm going to try to speed through it as quick as possible and touch on some of the main things that this thing can do. So first thing first, when you look at this, it doesn't look like TouchWiz, but they've actually employed a lot of things that Samsung has done. You've probably heard that in plenty of other videos, and it will be true. It looks like they took some design elements from Samsung, but whatever, it's still, to me, they actually did it a little better than Samsung. I'll tell you why. This overlay that they have over Android is a little bit, it's not as clunky, or doesn't feel as clunky as Android with TouchWiz. I'm a fan of Samsung, have always been a fan of Samsung, but this is a much better feel than my other Samsung devices, and it just feels a lot better. Now I have a lot of things turned off here from the quick settings, but there's a lot of things that this thing can do. As you can see here, there are just tons of options on the device. And lower the brightness down because this is a really great screen. See how that looks? Still kind of sharp. So there's tons of options here that are open that you can have in your quick settings for the LG G2. It ships with 4.2.2, but for those of you who are lucky enough, like myself, to get 4.4.2 KitKat, it showed up on LG's PC Suite, and you can do a direct download from LG. A lot of people are having problems with that. I just think the server is probably overloaded now that everyone's finding out. But if you can get your hands on KitKat, go ahead and get it, because it definitely makes the device a lot faster. So daily use for this thing, battery life is just off the charts. It's really good. The screen is really sharp for media content. The operating system is really fast. You have the option to show your device with your tray at large icons, and some of you might like it that way. But customizations on the device are, I like the way this is lined up. I've heard other reviewers say, oh, it's cluttered and it's a lot, it's a lot to look over. I disagree though. I think that the way they have their setup, comparing it to TouchWiz, because it's obvious that they took a lot of design elements from TouchWiz, Samsung, but theirs is a lot more cleaner. It looks more neat. The way it looks is just fantastic. This is a 32 gig version. There's no SD card slot, but it has USB hosts, and I demonstrated the USB hosts in the first impressions video that I did. And it is just a great file manager on here comparing to Android's TouchWiz. It just looks a lot better. It's a lot cleaner, smoother. Of that 32, you get 24 gigs available, which is more than enough. I have tons of things on here, and I still have 16 gigs left. 32 gigs is enough when you have a non-SD card device. 16 pushes the limits, but I've loaded up 8 gigs worth of things, and things that I use, not just applications. So it's proven to me that I think that all OEMs should go ahead and at least have 32 at this point, based on today's user. At first, I didn't need more than, I can use an 8 gig device, and I just kept a lot of things in the cloud. But on this device, I have things in the cloud. I have all my music in the cloud, pretty much, and then I have a lot of video and media content that's in the cloud. But I also have some content on the device. When you're using this device for daily use, or if you're making a phone call, it'll let you know that you're in an HD call. It'll appear up here, it'll say HD call, and I think that's really nice, and you can definitely hear the difference. You got your call log, contacts, favorites, excuse me, in groups like every other Android device. App tray, as you see me flow through it here, is really smooth. Media content, video, everything is on par, if not better, than the Samsung. And I keep saying Samsung because to me that's kind of their competitor when it comes to what the LG G2 is bringing to the market. And I think, you know, spec-wise, the little gimmicks and things, if you take all that out, I say it's probably a little bit better than, it's going to perform a little bit better than the S5, because it definitely performs better than my Note 3. I had to say it, but it's just a lot more smooth. It has a 5.2-inch display, 3,000 milliamp battery, 13 megapixel camera, 2.1, and this has image image stabilization option on there. So it's the camera is just fantastic on here. I mean, I shot low light video. It just does very, very well. Gaming, I'm gonna go and check out the gaming video if it's up already. If not, it's coming. I'm gonna work on it because there's a couple of games that I want to demo. But overall, the experience with the LG G2, and even when it didn't have KitKat, it was still a very powerful device. It ran perfectly fine, no hiccups, no nothing, and it was just a flawless device. The design, the knock-on feature is really nice. Let's take a look at the design. There's no buttons anywhere along here, nowhere. Only thing you have on the top is an IR blaster and a microphone cancellation noise thing there. You have your SIM tray, which is very hidden, which is just fantastic, and you don't even know it's there sometimes. Headphone jack on the bottom, microphone and speaker and charging port. These are not dual speakers. There's one speaker on this side, and this is a microphone in there and charging port there, and sync and USB host and everything through this thing right here. It's really good. Headphone jack. Gotta stress this. OEMs, you really need to put your headphone jacks on the bottom. Having it on the top has this cord hanging, and it's just annoying. Having it on the bottom, positioned right here, to me, it's perfect. Even if it's on the other side, it's still good. You know, a lot of people are right-handed, so the cord will hang here or it'll hang here, because when you're using your phone, a lot of people will rest it on that finger down there. So having the cord on the headphone jack on the bottom is just fantastic to me. One multitasking feature that this thing has is you slide these cards over. So I'm going to open 3 things here. 3-finger gesture, you slide it over. Very difficult to do sometimes. It goes over, and it'll tell you at the top up there, app saved. And to get it back, you just swipe it over, and you've got your 3 things there. Now, the issue with this is that I forget it's there. I'm just so used to holding down right here, and you know, same thing is there. So, you know, it's kind of a nice thing to have, but it's just like some of the other Samsung things. It's gimmicky. It's not something that you need or will even remember to use. Now, if it was on a tablet, definitely, but on this size screen, you know, I don't know that I would even remember to go in there and use that feature. Video content, media content, like I said before, very nice on this device. I'm going to load up some YouTube here, because again, YouTube's tripping, man. You can't play anything, so I'm going to play one of my own videos here, just so you can get a feel of that speaker there. The speaker is fantastic. I mean, it's fantastic. It's a really nice, strong speaker with the volume buttons on the back here. Like this. I've gotten used to doing this. So let's take a look at the video here. I've gotten used to using the things on the back.
If you've noticed, I've kind of dropped down to once a month, but I'm going to try to bring you some great 32 gigs of memory it should be in.
Buffer forward so you can see the. This is over T-Mobile's LTE network, so you know, you can see how clear the video is. Great for consuming media. I think it's great.
And there we are, full 4G LTE.
So, media content, your movies in the Play Store, all that. If you haven't been here, you've purchased some. I have. I've purchased several movies. It'll be good to watch your movies on there. I think this device 5.2 is a really nice spot for a daily driver. The iPhone 5S is good, but it's even the 5S has become outdated because Apple refuses to take the chance and update their screen size. Now, coming in the future, hopefully they'll bring something out with a bigger screen, but at the same time, you know, having widgets, you know, being able to put the weather up front like that, and just little things like that makes a whole new experience. Android, to me, is one of the most powerful operating systems there is. I use them all, so, but with Android, it's really nice. So with that being said, I've hit the 10-minute mark. Would I recommend this device? I definitely would. Screen size, battery life, performance, it goes on, and the overall feel of Android on this device, and the fact that it runs a lot smoother than my Galaxy Note 3 is just shocking to me. But again, this screen is a lot sharper than I thought it would be. It has a 1080p display, 424 pixels per inch for the techies out there. Average user doesn't care about that. They just like how beautiful the screen will look.